Okay. 3. Okay.
My squares up. I'll go with 3.
You're gonna go with 3.
Actually, I'm gonna go with 4. I'm gonna get crazy. What if I went with 4?
All right. So the answer is actually Jorge. What do you think?
I think it's -3.
-3 is correct.
Whoa. Good job, John.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's -3. Why? Because it's in the correct orientation. It was between 8 to 10. It was from low bound to high bound. What I prefer usually, you don't have to always do this, but I prefer from low to high. And all you gotta do is are they above x-axis or they're below x-axis. So they're below x-axis, gonna give me negative. Does that make sense? So all you gotta do is count the area of this triangle, which is 2, 3. So 2 times 3 times half is gonna be 3. So but it's below the below the x-axis, so it should give you a negative value. Does that make sense?
Yes. It's not possible to do with arithmetic.
No, because you don't have the f of x.
Well, if you found this slow.
You can, but it take forever. Okay, so let's go to 8 to 4 of f of x dx here. So pay attention to the boundaries. That's the only thing I can tell you. And again, I'm not gonna tell you if you say right answer or wrong answer. I'm just gonna nod. I could be wrong. I'm just gonna nod.
Okay, but it's like going that. Okay, wait, negative and negative. So it'll be positive, so it's going to be 4. The answer is 4.
I'm just gonna nod.
You know I'm right, that's why you're not.
It's two separate.
Oh, it's 4. I counted them already. Trust me, that's what I thought we were doing earlier.
It is two separate. It's like 4 to 5 and 5 to
Callie, what do you think? You don't know? Okay. Nathan, what do you think? Okay. Armin, what do you think? Okay. Trent. Deborah, what do you think?
4. Yes.
Matten. 4 is correct.
Let's go, you guys.
The reason why it's 4 is if you have to make sure that it's in a. For me, I'd rather pay attention to the boundary from low to high, and so in order for me to do that, I'm gonna change that from negative from 4 to 8 of this, and all I gotta do is figure out. Okay, so that's below the x-axis now, so therefore this is 4 2. So 4 times 2 times half is equal to 4. And since it's below the axis, it's going to give you a -4. So integration, so it's going to be, sorry, it's going to be -4 times negative, so that's equal to 4. Does that make sense?
Oh, you said a little high.
Sure.
Like,
I'm so big brain.
a little bit.
See? Okay, be careful with this one. So what is the integration between -7 to -3 of f of x dx? Oh, sorry, that's not fun. Absolute value. Absolute value of f of x dx. Oh, absolute value, yes.
Where even is -7? My eyes are working.
It's like, I mean, look how far 1, 2,
Oh.
Oh, I'll put it in 5, 6, 7.
Not much.
Boom.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, see?
What'd you get?
I got it.
Negative 3, negative 6.
Wait, I got this.
Oh, right.
Something 1, 2. Maybe it's like -2. And then we can
Negative
say
4.
3, 4. Okay. So it's gonna be -4. Wait, no, but it's opposite that.
It's actually- Hold on, it's for negative
You make it a
3.
negative.
It's 7. It's negative.
And then you do the math.
4. It's
So
gonna
wouldn't it be?
So that's
Well-
my guess.
I think it's negative 4.
It's 2. I-
It's 2 divided by 2. You need to
Brother.
take the top. You negative that requires 2.
Are you
And then you solve for the area here.
Because I mean, I just split it
And do it for negative 4.
I'm just treating it like 2 different.
Okay.
Well, you divide.
Julia, what do you think?
Mr. E, my heart is telling me it's 4, but my brain is telling me it's -4.
Bruh,
But
This is a math class. Trust your brain.
my God.
because I can tell you 4 is in there.
Okay,
I'm
good.
gonna go.
I can't tell you the sign yet.
I'm gonna go with 4.
Okay, Kelly, what do you think? -4. Okay. Al, what do you think?
1, 2, 3, 4.
I think it's 8.
I think
Okay.
it's 8.
Natalie, what do you think?
8, right?
You think it's 4?
I could be wrong.
The answer is 4. However, you gotta know with the right reason. What does the absolute value make a graph do? It flipped to this.
Oh.
So that's the reason why it becomes 4 instead of -4. It's not because of absolute value. Absolute value make a graph flip.
My heart was in it for the wrong reason.
So yes, so that's gonna be here. So that's gonna be 4 is a base, 2 is a height. So therefore is 4, but it's positive because the graph flip.
I love this class.
So even if it's like a,
Wait, so is this one
I
like
trust my gut.
4?
My gut will go.
What'd you say, Natalie?
If it, wait, I might just be totally wrong about this, but if it's just like, if it was pointing up and it flips, then it's negative, or?
And it's not gonna flip because the absolute value only flip toward the positive. So if something is positive, it doesn't flip to become negative.
the answer be.
Negative.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Then that's why we.
But what is?
Not both. It's just flipping it.
Because it's the same thing with the 4 and 8.
that's.
Should be D.
That's
Okay, so is this between 10 to 8 of absolute value f of x dx?
We're between. Oh, man.
Gross flip.
The E isn't backwards. If you mean D, guys, it's okay.
Oh, it's D. I can alphabet.
So
I
we are
can't
in
math,
that,
but
but
here
we
we
are, right? But. It's flipped. So it's actually
What?
going, so we know it's -3, but it's flipped, so.
What does that
it's
mean?
3, but it's also.
What does that mean?
Value.
Huh? -3 or positive
Flip that.
3? I don't know.
But.
I'm just
it's
gonna nod.
Backwards.
Even a wrong answer, I'm gonna nod. Right answer, I'm gonna nod. That's like why I learned about teaching. You always nod.
Number 3.
Huh?
At least we got the
This is all- this is fine.
You know 3's in there? Okay.
Oh, it goes this way.
I just read.
So let's make the even there here. By common.
Okay, so Natalie, your group, what do your final answer on that group?
Me?
Natalie.
-3.
-3, okay. Deborah, what, you gotta represent, huh?
Me? You want me to represent?
Yeah.
We got -3.
-3, okay. Addison?
We got -3.
Okay, all
You
right.
don't like that? No, I think it's good.
Okay, so which group can provide me a right reason why it's -3?
Okay, Addison, I got this. I
Okay,
literally
Addison.
have this already. You ready? So basically, the absolute value bars are gonna flip it like we did with the last one.
Okay.
So then it's gonna be +3, but then it's gonna be negative because the 10 and the 8 are like the backwards thing.
Yep.
You have to be negative.
So this one you should convert it to from 8 to 10, and that's gonna be negative from 8 to 10. So f of x still stay there, absolute value, so that's gonna be positive. That's good. All right, so let me give you some challenging one. Okay, so what's integration between hold on a second. 7. Okay, what's the integration between -9 to -7 of f of x plus 4 dx?
Okay, so just
It's a little ugly, bro.
Because it's 8 by 10. Well, so it's just negative. Ooh, okay. 2 times 2 is 4, divided by 2 is 2, 2 plus 4 is 6. 9. So I love right here. What? You take the area of that would be 2. 2 plus 4 is 6.
what do you guys think?
So it's 6. It's not, it doesn't seem to flip or anything.
Plus or y is the plus 4.
You're just gonna add.
Well, and then the
You're gonna
area,
move it up
the
forward.
area would be going up.
You're moving the graph towards 4.
But how do you, we don't have like a fancy graph.
Just think of it as the first question. So what is that?
No, it looks like this. The new
Yeah,
coordinate
but like,
is -6. That's the first down.
I don't like that.
That's negative.
The area of
Oh,
nine, right? So, I get complicated. You have to understand why.
Okay, so what now?
Yeah, that would be negative 9, right?
So man gonna represent your group. What do you think the final answer will be?
We go with 14.
Wow.
14. Okay. Jorge. Jorge, what do you think?
6.
6. Okay. Devin.
8.
Oh, everybody got different answers. This is fun.
Yeah, because back up 8. Bro.
Okay. Trent.
Um,
10. Everybody got different answer. Yes. 10. Okay.
Right should get extra.
The answer is 10.
Close.
you're right.
So he rose it up to 4, and then extended it out the line. Oh, yeah, and then he took the area.
Yeah, but then how do you like, I don't have.
What is the reason? What is the reason? There's 3 reasons I can explain to you. Let's start with the first one.
This is my trick.
The first one is take this whole graph, go up 4 units. But if you go up 4 units, it's gonna create 4. You're gonna create 4 times 2. Why? Because this graph is gonna go up 4 units, so it's going to be like this. So therefore, it's gonna be 8 plus 2. So that's gonna give you 10. That's the first reason. Shh, that's the first reason. Geometrically understanding, that's the first reason. Second reason is you can also choose to do this because that is arithmetically. So between -9 to -4, -9 to -7 of 4 dx here. Now, if you go ahead and evaluate this, this we know is 2, but integration between -9 to -7 is going to give you 8. So then it's still 2 plus 8 is equal to 10. So that is going to be the final answer as well. So it doesn't matter which way you look at it, it's going to be correctly, the answer is going to be always 10.
Could you
Well,
move over the
it's blocked right now.
recording thing? Sorry, it's covering some of the math.
Sorry.
Yes, it's going down to please, or something. Yeah, that's so.
-9.
It'll go away.
Wait, I'm confused. I get the 2 parts.
Yeah, remember going. Remember that first example? Oh no. Yeah. So when you do this, just constant, so it's
Negative 9 to negative 5. Wait,
Oh, it's just
So you can think about graph. It's gonna go up 4 units, and then that's gonna be what change.
Wait.
All right.
so
So
he integrated them. Wait, like yeah. But then
Oh.
found
I
that
like that way more.
yeah.
Wait, I'm
Other-
confused on this.
Well, it's like the error, right?
Yeah.
So then the +4 part is when you go back to the example in the video that y'all did on Friday, where you subtract like the bottom and the top and you multiply it times the number,
Yeah.
and that'll get you 8.
so it's gonna be 4x between -7 and -9. So it'll be 4 times
-7.
-7 minus 4 times -9, which is equal to -28 plus 36. So that's equal to 8. Does that make sense or no?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so the next one. Between 3 to 4 of f of x plus 2x dx. I don't know, I didn't do it. I won't be able to tell you if you did it right or wrong. I don't think so though, however. Yeah, I don't think so. I think you're wrong. But I could be wrong too, because I had to do it in my head. Huh?
No.
It's not how 3 to 4.
Yes, I am blind. Yes, thank you. I do have my glasses on. I'm just more blind than I used to be.
Okay.
I am too, it's okay. I'm still
Okay, that's just
Guys, what class are we going to after this?
5th. It depends if A or B lunch.
Oh my lord. For how long?
Oh my god.
Wait, you know what's
Yeah.
What's going on with your A?
seminar?
I think I did it.
Oh.
I don't know. Don't, no, but no.
You wouldn't do something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go with Armin. What do you think? Shh. You didn't? Okay, Devin, what do you think? That's a good question.
Wait, hold on. I know how to get this answer. Give me a second.
6.
Wait, I actually have another 6 now.
You're like yes, my
Al, what do you think?
Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah. You have to add the one area.
Kelly, what do you think? 8? Okay.
Negatives?
Wait, I'm not done yet. Almost done.
I got negative 6. I don't think that
It's just basic.
I'm just gonna nod.
Okay.
Arithmetic. I'm sorry. I just had to.
Armin, what you got to answer? Trent? Anthony, are you helping out? Be a good group leader. Help out other people if they don't understand. Revoke your answer? You can't revoke your answer. Okay, what's your answer then?
I got 8.
We got it.
Oh, it's nice. Oh, I did 8. No, never mind. I already did it.
Oh, you got 8?
Yeah, I still I can set up added.
Okay, shh. I got 8. I don't know, I could be wrong. So it can break up to 3 to 4. 3 to 4, 2x, dx. So I split up two different things, right? So between 3 to 4, I'm gonna get 1, right? And this one should give you x squared between 4 to 3. So it'll be 1 plus 16 minus 9.
Bro, I did
Which
that
is
last
equal to
year.
8.
I did 1 minus 7. And I got -6. Like a Google.
No,
What did it
you
say?
always not me like doing that homework. Nah, I came back from my tournament after.
Okay, shh. So a little bit of combination, between things. So you gotta figure out what's going on. So I can give you a tricky question. So you gotta figure out, okay, what to do. Just keep your same orientation, and you're not gonna mess up. So let me give you another one. So integration between 0 to 3. Actually, that won't be no fun. It'll be that to do 0 to -2 of f of x dx.
Come on, guys. It's fun, bro. Now you gotta flip it.
That's a quarter circle curve.
Never mind.
Oh.
Yeah, that's really. Pi r squared. No, a quarter.
Yeah.
So it's 1/4 pi r.
Oh.
Yes.
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 Pi r squared.
Pi r squared. Awesome. Equals what?
Good question.
Equals. Okay, well the radius is 2, right?
Yeah.
The radius is 2.
Oh, it's
Okay. So
Okay, the
1
radius
fourth
here is 2.
pi, and then the
That's
radius is
4, yeah.
2.
That's
Pi
the
before,
pi.
so it'll be pi. You gotta flip it.
Oh my god,
You
it's
gotta
just
flip
pi,
it.
that's it.
You gotta flip it. It's negative pi.
But it's from
It's
0
negative.
to negative 2. So then it's gonna be negative 5, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Right after.
Why-
Look
why
at
would
it.
it come out?
Yeah. Look at it.
Okay.
Wow.
But see, it's like concerning right now.
Okay, well, I think you guys are helping each other, building off of each other.
Yeah,
We're
negative.
together like a good group
You
done.
got that negative pi.
Yeah. Woo! Let's go.
Now you're trying.
Bro.
Because it's right. That's why he's not.
Yeah.
He wants to scare us.
Yeah. Do this.
You're not scaring me, Mr. Yan.
He's trying to
It's like,
get
it's like,
us,
it's like doing the look.
build
I think I like
confidence
the
by
look.
yourselves with
Yeah.
reassurance.
Yeah.
Nathan, what'd you get?
What?
Nathan, what'd you get?
He looks so lonely all over there.
He's with Chef. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Damn.
Right, Chef just make it more lonelier. Chef, what
Chef
did you
might not
do?
have been there.
You have a negative power.
I got something else.
What'd you get?
I'm -6.
Huh?
That's wrong.
Okay,
Against the
what'd you get? What'd you get? No? Matten?
Oh my god.
Stop.
No right. We have no right.
No right.
We got funkier answers before. Let me check your homework.
Deborah. Here's what happened. I got a little backwards.
Hold on, bro. But this like
Bro, I had 2 finals for my Spanish class. I played like 5
Huh? Alright, shh. Anybody want to change your answers?
no.
No? Okay, Chef, what'd you get?
6 minus pi. No, wait, pi minus 6. Sorry. Pi minus 6.
Okay, Chef, can you go up there and explain it?
No! Wait, that's right.
That's crazy.
Bro, you're trolling.
No, wait, that one definitely
It's because
I'm the
it's
board.
vertical
I'm just like right
translation.
there. Oh.
You cannot write on that. You can just explain it. I'll do the draw and you do the explaining.
under.
Yeah.
I was going with maybe the area under.
So this is just
What if I keep going? I'm like, maybe they're wrong.
and then this is 6, so 6 minus pi.
Wait.
But
Wow,
wrong thing. Yeah, I did it.
So it's a pi minus 6. Shh. Why is pi minus 6? Because you gotta invert the 0 and -2, right? So it's gonna be negative. So I hear is the things about is you have to think about a very simple geometry question. This is a 6 and take away pi to get this weird looking shape. Does that make sense? And then you're gonna invert it, so you're gonna inverse it, so it's gonna be pi minus 6. So the answer is pi minus 6.
Oh, that's so embarrassing.
Yes.
What did he say? Did you say you're so touched?
No, I got that.
Oh, you got a text. Okay. Yeah,
You got a text. But 100%. I was hoping to.
All right. What be 0 to 3 of f of x plus 2 dx?
Can we just do what you did last time?
Wait, is that a straight line?
It's a straight line.
No,
Yeah.
can we still mend this year? My eyes don't work. Okay. Hey, hold on. It's like a dead. It's like a dead.
Where?
It's not half.
Oh, we're doing 0 to 3.
Yes. No, yeah, it's not 2 to 3. 0 to 3. Okay,
It's just not what I wanted to be doing. I was just hoping that you just wanted to ask this question.
Can we just like,
we just split again.
this is still gonna be a test question, I already know.
Yep.
Ask
It's gonna be a multiple parts too.
Yeah, oh,
And this is not hard.
Hard.
No, it's not.
It's hard though.
This one's not hard.
there's a dent right there. Oh, this is easy, guys.
We're trying to college.
The problem is that you guys think it's hard, but it's not. It's all your mind.
Do we like half a square? Did you put it?
UF.
No, it's
And you got
It's,
right?
Yeah.
quarter of a circle and it's also trapezoid.
No, it's a
No?
no, it's a half. No, it's a half minus. It's a half minus a freaking half square right there.
But it's also plus 2. It's
right
also
there.
plus 2, you guys. You gotta move everything up.
If there wasn't this dent right here, it would be
What a half was that?
You know what?
It was half.
I'm gonna get torching.
back. Sorry. I was wrong.
Bro, you gotta move it up too.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Oh, so the big house.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay, wait. So first we gotta find the area of the circle. No, first we're finding the circle. Oh, I know exactly what we're doing, you guys. No, first we're finding the circle. No, I'm right, Mr. Nate. You know I'm right. First we're finding the circle, right? Okay. Then once we find the circle, then we're just gonna count the rest of the boxes. So then once we find the circle, then it's gonna be plus 7.5. Because that's
Huh?
half the box. It's a little bit, right? Now we have that.
Oh no,
Then
very
we have
good.
the plus 2. So then we're adding 6 more boxes.
I
So then it'll be
I don't
the
know.
area of the circle boxes plus 7 plus 1/2.
You're taking 2 bottle water.
Move it up to 5, 6, Okay, so it's pi minus 12.
Huh?
No?
All right.
I'm assuming it's a chapter.
Okay, wait. I'll be fine.
Hold on.
Okay. Shh. Let's go ask Natalie. Okay. Jorge.
Yes, 13.5 plus 5.
Trent. Okay, so everybody got the same answer this time? So good. 13.5 plus 5. You should split up this 0 to 3 of f of x dx plus integration of 0 to 3 of 2 dx, which is that's equal to 6. Then you just have to add up to from here, which is gonna be 6. And this is 1.5, so it'll be 7.5 plus pi. 7.5 plus pi. So that's equal to 13.5 plus pi. And that should be your final answer. So that's the way you gotta think when you're doing this. Also pay attention to the boundary. Be careful of the boundary because boundary can switch. You have to figure out when you switch it. Okay, so this is a part of this lesson. Now the next part of the lesson is you done in Shaparo's class for one day. With your right endpoint or left endpoint. So I'm gonna show you how it works first. So there is something here. Okay, great. Yes. Okay.
Remember, because it's clear across, we can move it up to 6 boxes. And you add the 6 to them what we already have, and then you get 13.5 plus 5.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna give you a function that you already know, x squared plus 1. And 2, 4, 5. Okay, so I have this things. Now, let me give you some heads up. Is I can talk about definition integral, but it will spend 3 days. And then it's going to be only one question on multiple choice. And more likely you're going to get it wrong even though I explain for 3 days. So I'm not going to do that. Because if you're an advanced student or some of you guys going to Calc 2 next year, then I can explain that further. But I should have explained it this year, but I don't have enough time for that nonsense. So I'm not going to waste 3 days to talk about definition of integral. Now, I'm probably going to spend like some time when I have extra time. I'll spend like in a half period. And if you get it, you get it. If you don't get it, you don't get it. I'm not gonna go after you. And even that one question multiple choice is not always gonna show. So probably 30% of the time of all the tests, it will show it once. So every 3 you're only gonna show up once. So there's only 1 point. So it's not worth to me to talk about definition integral. But it's worth for me to talk about right endpoint, left endpoint, trapezoid rule, midpoint rules. Those are things that we're talking about because that's probably 7 points that you're gonna be encounter, and that's we can spend 2 days on it, which is 2 periods on it, which is right now. So in this particular question, I have 4 rectangles. I can use approximation. So and there's something called right end approximation. So right end approximation is gonna look like this. So you see that right endpoint rectangle. So the right endpoint rectangle Riemann approximation is gonna be look like this. And then you're gonna get some type of area using rightmost points. That means I don't use the leftmost points. Why? Because if you pay attention, this point never used. So this point right here, I never use that point to draw a rectangle. If I use right. Okay, so the things about it, this is only 4 rectangles. How do I make it more precise? Well, break to more rectangles. Do you see that?
Wait, I remember this.
And it gets very precise. Let's just say 20. Let's just say, what is the actual answer? The actual answer is 45.333. The right end approximation with 20 rectangle is going to be 47.76. Do you see that on the side? I'm going to send you this link so you can play with it.
What are we approximating? Like, does that make sense? Like, this is area?
Yeah, we have approximate area under the curve. The actual answer is 45.333. But the approximation in right 20 rectangle is going to give you 47.76. Now, let's just say if I change this 20 to, let's say it's 100, and see how precise they are. Let's go with 100. And if we go into all the way to 100, you're gonna see there is small impositions inside. And but that imposition is so small. And then if you look at here, then you look at the actual answer comparison. 45.81 versus 45.33. You say, well, it's still 0.5 off. It's probably, I think it says 96% give or take, what the accuracies is. So there's an error about 3%. So it's not too great, but it's not too bad. Okay. Now, if I break to 1,000, what will happen? Well, 1,000 is gonna be pretty precise. Oh, this is 100. 1,000, I don't think they can show you, but it's gonna be so precise that you can see that small thing. And then you're gonna see it's roughly 0.05. Okay, it's pretty precise now with 1,000. Now the actual integral is exactly going to infinite. If n goes to infinite, if n go into a billion pieces, 999 billion pieces, or infinite amount of pieces, that's going to give you 45.3333333, infinite amount of 3. Okay, so that's how do you find areas. Now let's go back to 4. Let's go back to 4. So a lot of you guys says, okay, well, let's go back to 4. 4 rectangles are look like this. Right now, we just have to be able to do the area of this. Basically, just add up our rectangles. It's not really difficult. I'm also going to show you a left endpoint. The left endpoint is going to look like this. One of them is going to be over approximation. One of them is going to be under approximation. Do you know which one's over, which one's under? Left is under, good. Right is over. Do you see that over approximation? Basically, in calculus, how do they find exact? Is pretty much just start learning to use a right endpoint and left endpoint and average them. And sometimes you're gonna find a fine tune between both, right? So let's just find the actual value is 58, and the left Riemann sum is 34. So 34 plus 58 is 92, I think. 92 divided by 2 is what? 46. Well, yeah, 45. Not too bad. All right, so it's not too bad. You can average both of them. You can get it. There's another one called midpoint. Midpoint's going to look like this. And that show you the midpoint. The midpoint's roughly going to give you 45 without anything. Just 45. But it's middle of 2 points though. That's what's create a little bit more difficulty for you to figure out. It's the middle of 2 points. The most precise one is going to be called trapezoid. It's called trapezoid rule. So trapezoid, this calculation is wrong because they cannot manipulate this. It's not exactly 12, but I want to show you the drawing at least. So the drawing is going to look like something like this. And I'm going to get rid of the midpoint. It's going to look like this. It looks like really good. Do you see the small part that's off?
Yeah, a little bit.
Do you see that over approximation? And we're gonna study this over approximation or under approximation very like detailedly. How do you figure out, are they over or under? It's mostly due to concavity actually, because this is concave up. So the way you draw your trapezoid is gonna be over approximation. But we're gonna talk about that later. Is this okay? Okay, so first of all, I'm gonna give you a table. In term of calculus, they usually give you a table to first. On FRQ, they usually give you a table. So right now, we're trying to teach you how to be the AP exam. This is the simplest thing. You just have to count the rectangles. Anybody can do this. A third grade kids can do this. They can actually get 3 points out of, I don't know, whatever, out of 108. You should be able to do this. So there are 4 types of approximation. 4 type. Actually, there's 5. but we don't need to deal with Simpson's rule. So there was a 4 type of approximation. One is the right end points Riemann sum. And one is left. And the third one is called midpoint. And the fourth one is called a trapezoid. Okay, so there are 4 approximation. Okay, so there's left end point, Riemann sum,
Oh.
and there's a midpoint rules, and there's a trapezoid rule. So they are approximations.
Wait, so the top is right and point Riemann sum?
Yeah. Left end point Riemann sum. The third one is a midpoint rule. The fourth one is going to be a trapezoid rule. Okay, you done this in Shaparo's class, left and right. You never did midpoint and trapezoid. But since some of you guys shaking your heads as I did virtual school, yes, then I'm going to go over everything, but it's not too hard. You're going to have to figure out really quickly. On math, there is 4 ways I can give it to you. One is equation, which is always. One is the table. One is a graph. Okay, we're going to talk about the next one later, but right now, you just have to deal with those 3. So let's just say if I give you some type of table, and I'm going to give you, let's say it's x and f of x. Okay. And I'm going to say it's between 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. Okay. And let's give you some random points. That just says for 1, which 1-digit value you're going to give to? 6. Okay. How about 3?
2.
2. Okay, that's fine. 5.
5.
All right.
You guys are not speaking up.
That's true. Huh?
7.
7? No, 7.
3.
Let's do 9. How about that? And the 9, let's give you 11. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so we have some type of arrangement here. Now the thing is, learn how to draw. Learn how to draw is gonna help you understanding a little bit better when you're doing things. So I'm gonna just draw it out and to show you what happened. But right Riemann sum and left Riemann sum is gonna, that's the first part of understanding. So we're gonna say 1 all the way to 9. So this is 3, 5, 7, and 9. Is that okay? 9 is going to give you 11, so 11 is roughly right here. Let me count it, make sure it's correct. Sorry, 5, no, that's 12. Sorry, I can't count. Really bad, failing. Wait, hold on a second. Is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11? 11 is going to be right here. I'm just going to write down 11. That's usually I write down 11. That's going to help me because I can know which value I'm using. And then 9, the 7 is going to be 9, so which 2 units below that, and there's 4 units below that, and 2 and 6. So I'm going to write down 9, 5, 2, and 6. Okay. So first of all, I'm going to use the right Riemann sum. So first approximation, I'm going to use the right end Riemann sum with 4 equal subinterval. So what do you mean 4 equal subinterval? Well, that just means I'm going to draw 4 rectangles, but I'm going to use right end points. So I'm going to start with the right. And this is what I'm going to start with, right? I'm going to start with something that's this way. So I'm going to start with this. Do you see I didn't use the 9, I used the 11. Do you see I used the 9, but I didn't use the 5? Do you see I use a 5, but I don't use a 2. But here I'm using the 2. So this is my approximation. Does that make sense? Okay, so usually I figure out what the width of each rectangle. Can you tell me what the width of each rectangle? There's a formula for it. It's actually b minus a over n. So b is going to be 9 minus 1 over n is going to be 4. So that's equal to 8 over 4, which is 2. 2 is going to be the width. Okay, so width is going to be 2. Each one's 2. So I can do 2 times the height of each height, right? So 2 times f of 11 plus 2 times f of 7 plus 2 times f of 5 plus 2 times f of 3. Why did I not using 1? So here's what I learned in 4th grade. I remember the 4th grade is one lesson. I never understand a lesson. They say if a 4 tree align in a row, how many spaces in between? Between the tree, how many space? 3. So it's always n minus 1. So there's a 4 tree, there's always 3 spaces. If it's 10 tree, there's 9 spaces. Because the first tree doesn't create spaces. Does that make sense? So therefore, I don't use the last one because I use the right endpoint. I don't need another one. If I need another one, I have to draw 5 rectangles. So I'm going to use, there's a 5 point, I'm going to use 5 rightmost. And that's how you write Riemann sum is. So on AP exam, please write out this because this will give you a lot of credits on the AP exam. We're going to just show you. Now 2 times, oh, this one is 2 to the 9. I'm so sorry. This one's 9. And that's going to be 11 plus 2 times 9 plus 2 times 5 plus 2 times 2. And that's give you 22 plus 18 plus 10 plus 4. On AP exam, if you write like this, you didn't evaluate it or you evaluate it wrong, then they will give you full amount of credit. So write this out to get credits. Please, if you write it out, they will give you points instead of evaluation. Evaluation, you could have got a wrong answer. That just says, I got 40, 50, 54. I got 53, and I write down 53. They will still give you a right answer, even though the answer is not 53. The answer is supposed to be 54. So if you write out this line or this line, that's something very, very crucial. For me, this line is very, very important. If you write out that line, they will know what you're doing. How do I do it left? Well, left is same thing. So I'm going to do B, the left. If left and Riemann sum with 4 subintervals, I'm still going to get B minus A over N, which is B minus A is what? 8 over 4, so that's 2. Now I'm going to draw it right here. So right is going to look like this. Sorry. I may use a different color so that way you can see it. This is the right. Do you see the right now? It's a little bit under approximation. Four sub interval is I always give it to you 4 or 6 or 2, whatever.
Oh, so that's like,
Yeah, they will give it to you how many interval are there. So this is a 4 drawing. And then you say, oh, okay. Well, I'll just figure out each one. So be equal to 2 times f of 6. F of 1 is going to be what? 6 plus 2 times what? F of 2, F3, sorry. Plus 2 times f of 5 plus 2 times f of 7. Why did I not use 9? Because there's only 4 spaces. There's only 4 rectangles. I already have all 4. I don't need a 5th one. So it'll be 2 times 6 plus 2 times 2 plus 2 times 5 plus 2 times 9. Again, if you write out this, they will give you most of the credits. but I'm going to evaluate it. This one's 2 times 9, so 18. So it'll be 30, 44. So that's my answer. So it was a 54 or 44. Left Riemann sum's a little bit less. Now the harder part will be the midpoint. So if you realize this is the 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 4 right endpoints, right? I color match this so that way you can see this is this points right here. Now for C, it's a midpoint rule. C is a midpoint. Midpoint's a little bit harder because midpoint has to have this. It has to be equal intervals. It has to have an equal interval. In this case, you do have equal intervals. Because in your homework, you could have unequal intervals. Okay? For equal intervals, then you say, okay, well, how many rectangles are they? Well, I cannot give you 4 in this case. The reason why I cannot give you 4 is because I don't have value at 2. I don't have value at 4. I don't have value at 6, and as well at 8. Because at midpoint, I have to do with 2 sub intervals. Why is 2 sub? Because if I draw 4, then I need a value between 1 and 3, 3 and 5, 7, 9. I need all those mid values. But I don't have that many intervals, so I only can have built 2 rectangles. Now this is a 2 rectangle is going to be. If it's 2 rectangle, I'm going to use 1, 5, and 7. If it's right end or left end. But the problem is, this is not right end or left end. This is midpoint. A midpoint is right in between. So which is, this is the point I'm interested in. And the interval are changed. So b minus a, which is 9 minus 1 over 2. So it'll be 8 over 2 is equal to 4. So it'll be 4 times f of 3 plus 4 times f of 7. Which is in this case is going to be 8 plus 32, that's equal to 40. This is the midpoint. How many guys are lost on midpoint? Raise your hand if you're lost. Okay. Midpoint is you have to have equal subintervals. So this is 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. They all have equal. So usually if I do 2 subinterval, then I kind of have to ignore the 7 and 3. Because if I do right endpoint, I will use this 2. If I use left endpoint, I will use this 2. But the problem is I'm not using right or left. I'm using middle of 2 endpoints. So it's going to be 3 and 7. So I'm going to use a value of 3. So therefore, I'm going to use this. So this one is going to be purple. It's going to look like this. And because the middle of the things. Does that make sense? I use the middle of 2 points. I don't use the right end or left end. I use the middle of 2 points. Are we okay here?
So, f of 7 is 9, isn't it? So
F7 is 9, so I use a 9 as a height. Yeah.
9 times 4 is 36.
9 times 4 is 36. Okay, yeah, sorry. This one is 36. So that should be... So even I write out this part, I would give you full credit. Let's just say if I calculate wrong, I would give you full credit because I write out this part correctly, even though my next part is wrong. So that's what I'm trying to say. Write out that part, at least teacher can give you points. Now let's talk about 2 trapezoid. Trapezoid rule, you can do it with 4 or you can do it 2. I'm going to do it 2. So we're going to do 2 trapezoid. Trapezoid is based on trapezoid, the shape of trapezoid. So I'm going to use the brown one to represent trapezoid. So it's going to look like this. I'm gonna use a grade. It's gonna look like this. And I'm gonna use this. So it's probably hard to tell. Let's do it red. Probably like this.
Honestly, which one is better for you?
So this is trapezoid. Now trapezoid has a width of 4, but that means height. So it's gonna be f of 1 plus f of 3 divided by 2, because the base 1 plus base 2 divided by 2 times the height, which is 4, plus f of 5 plus f of 9 divided by 2 times 4. So in this case, it's going to be 6 plus 5 divided by 2 times 4 plus, and if you write this out, you will get full amount of credit already. 5 plus 11 over 2 times 4. This one's going to give you 22 plus 34, I think. No. 32. Yeah, 32. And that's equal to 54. And the answer for 54 for trapezoid. So there are 4 different approximations. You're going to try all 4 approximations right now. It's going to be first part of the homework. How much time we have? Too much time?
45 minutes, I think. We have till 11, 12, so 45.
You have what?
25 to 11, 12.
Oh, good. Then you can do whole questions.
Oh, yay.
Yes.
That's good. That makes
I'm gonna send you, this is the first part of homework. Second part of homework, just like what we did before. Okay, that's the first part of homework. So I'm gonna airdrop to you so that way you can. I'm gonna airdrop. I haven't write the other one yet, so. Okay, so I'm gonna airdrop to you this one. Now, sometimes you could have unequal interval, so try to get this first one first. So I'm gonna send you airdrop. Armin, Anthony, Edison, Jorge, Julia, Cowley. Who's Cowley? No idea. Matten, Natalia,
Okay.
Trent, Nancy. Oh, Cowley, sorry.
She actually did.
Al, Deborah. Sorry, I'm really bad with names. By next year, when you come back to see me, I'll be like, who the hell are you? Literally, Ferris come back the next year, and Ferris was coming with the parents, and he said hi to me. He's like, hi, Mr. Ye. And the Ferris like, wait, you don't remember me? Yeah, I said, don't. I have Alzheimer, I swear.
I'm not sure if you must have.
So you've done this at Mrs. Chaparro's class for A and B. But remember, C is 3 subinterval, so it's kind of hard for that one. And D is trapezoid rule. Now you look at question 2. Question 2 is going to be kind of hard because each interval are different. And if you realize this one does not ask midpoint. Do you see that? So I'm going to repeat myself again. So some of you guys are going to get lost here. Look at here, this is the equal intervals. 0, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120. Okay, so this left and right, but there's a 6 interval here. No problem. But midpoint is only in 3. Yeah, there was a reason why you cannot do 6. And this one is 3 because it saves you some calculation. You could have done with 6 as well, but 3 is easier to calculate. Now, if you pay attention here, 0, 40. So the first width is 40, right? The second width is what?
30, 20, 10.
So they are different. So you want to add up each rectangle with different width this time.
Yeah.
So you got to be careful with that. And also pay attention, they don't have midpoint. Why it doesn't have midpoint? Because it doesn't have equal intervals. So you should be able to go through all those 2 questions for homework. And should get the same answer. Yes. Huh? Do you have to draw for me? I don't draw, but draw does help. But you don't learn how to draw either way, so
Do you want us to do five?
yeah, all of them. But right now, first two, you should be able to get done before you leave.
What day is it today?
And who's not gonna be here next week? Raise your hand. No, some people just go to vacation way earlier. I'm not gonna be here since probably Wednesday.
On Wednesday, you're not gonna do that?
Either Wednesday or Thursday. Huh? But Tuesday is gonna be a test.
Tomorrow's gonna be test?
No, tomorrow is not Tuesday, Julia.
Tomorrow's not Tuesday?
Tomorrow is Tuesday.
Tomorrow is Tuesday.
Not next week, Tuesday.
Oh.
Wait, she's talking about.
Why do we have to? Really?
Is it going into this quarter?
Gonna try.
Do we have a homework grade going into this quarter?
Yes, you have 100 points to go into this homework, unless you miss some homework.
I always do it.
I know you do.
Oh,
You know I always do my homework.
Whether I mess it
I
up.
missed once.
I'll
You
leave
do miss
later
one.
than Mr. Gage does.
That was today.
Huh?
That was today.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was tired.
Marcos missed twice. Brandon missed once. This class is not too bad.
No, we get our stuff done. Let's go, guys. Number one.
Huh?
We got to clear some homework. Wow.
Are you guys drawing out the tables?
I
Yeah,
tried.
I have proof right here.
The weight's gonna be 20, right?
Remember, write out that line with parentheses, and they will give you most of the credits. But still, I want you to find out the answers. What's the next period?
It's
For 35 minutes.
For fifth, for 35 minutes. Is it fifth A or fifth B?
It's gonna
A
be.
lunch, right?
Yeah, but
well, you're
you're
downstairs.
downstairs, so you have.
Shiver calc.
You have-
Okay,
But
please.
Yeah, you're gonna have Calc BC and then for 35
You
minutes.
can't do
language, right?
Oh yeah, you took from the Wi-Fi.
And then the next period is gonna be 7, right?
For 2 hours.
Oh, there's a line.
I'll play one back. I'll play volleyball on that.
Mr. Yeah, you can make a team and then our team will do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you can-
you sure you cover it because
I'll have the basketball in front of you.
Yeah, let's go. What's today's date? The fifth.
Oh, so that's 9 minus 1. Okay, so here it's 120 minus. Right. Yes. Which equals to. Swag.
So, on the right hand side, from this side,
20.
go down.
Wait, aren't we doing left first? 20 first.
I know.
If you say
Oh.
So it'll be
you left.
20 of f of 0, right?
We don't have them tomorrow.
Oh,
Yeah, keep on, it's right here, so we can.
Plus
Oh, then-
20 of.
20 plus 20, 40.
Have you been calculated?
I was
It's really testing.
Plus 20 of.
Pretty much mine. He told us to use calculators.
He did?
Yeah, I think that's.
You're amazing, Nathan.
Oh, we're done. Nice. Now we gotta go in and actually.
Oh my god.
20 times.
What if you
Yes.
do all
Bro, you could have done it in
calculating
one
stuff
thing.
and-
Yeah.
Stop it. One. I don't know if I didn't right. 20. What was the last part?
Oh wait,
Oh,
we don't do the last one.
Oh.
We don't do the last one 20. And then,
No,
oh, the other
no,
one we don't do the.
seven.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah, because there's only 6 of them, and the left is the under. So you start with the 0, but then the right is the over, so then you do the 120. But
Then
you
you
don't
stop
include
at 20.
0.
Right, you start
Okay.
when you stop.
Left is like,
Yeah.
yes, you only do 6, then for left you do the, and then for right
And you don't do 120 on the right.
And
You get it?
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
You can do vertically 20 outside. Just start with 0. Yeah, that's what it's supposed to be.
You don't have to like write down what like f of what.
The music.
Yeah. I think it's
Huh?
You don't have to write down.
Oh, we
f
can.
of 60 is 1.7.
You just say 20 times f of 0
You're supposed to write.
And that's it.
plus 20 times f of
Big number.
20, and then you want to figure out, so you have probably had to plug in the right value.
No.
Cause that kind of makes sense, cause it's 20.
Yeah.
You're multiplying like all these values by 20.
What?
For the red number, 9,800. I use a midpoint of Yeah, I know that. Then when you're out with yours, it's supposed to be 40.
No, actually, it's supposed to be 20.
Hold on.
Can you make it?
Yeah. You're supposed to use 20. You're not supposed to use 40. Yeah, 3 involves. So you're not supposed to use 40.
So we use 20, 6,800.
Yes, that's because the middle of 0 to 40.
That's what remember that we're multiplying 20 times. What was the problem I said? 100.
I'm redoing it. I think the numbers are funky. I think I missed.
Maybe I didn't put a decimal point.
I like that small one.
Yeah, I missed the decimal.
Ah.
I'll do that.
Yeah, I really was. Oh,
Yeah.
I was really about to like.
Should we not learn how to?
We know it's time for that.
Tell you, what are you trying to say? I don't have. I really cannot with you. I might as well just go with Nathan.
Okay, you
Okay,
can
go ahead.
Go
Go ahead.
Are you trying to insult Nathan?
Yeah,
No,
what? Saul, bro.
Nathan is
No, that was.
Nathan is so chill, bro. Nathan,
I don't want to say this.
Bro, personally, I'm not.
I don't want to say this not to you. In
Me
fact,
personally.
that was that can be considered a compliment. How was that considered?
How was that considered?
You're bad. I'll take those feelings.
Okay.
the other one is okay.
There was no meaning in that.
Yeah, and then we can go.
Uh-huh.
The right one is 500.
Y'all say it has these negative vibes, but y'all don't want to keep attacking me all the time.
Those two viewers, who are they? I'm interested. Who are those two viewers?
What?
I'm the viewer. That's probably Marco. Marco's always watching your live stream.
Marcos?
Oh wait, it's not him because he's doing a lot right now.
You and that's
Probably Mia.
It's 550. Oh yeah, me.
Natalie, you know what's happened to Mia? Text him. Where's she at? Can you text her, ask her what's going on?
Um,
Thank you.
Very different.
If you got,
Yeah, yeah.
I was gonna roll with it. I was gonna roll with it.
Okay, I just text her.
okay.
Okay, midpoints. Green variables. So 120 divided by 3 is what? 40?
First one is 3-digit number add up to be 10.
What?
3-digit number add up to be 10. First
Oh,
one.
you can yeah.
What?
What did you say?
It's 3-digit number add up to be 10.
Oh, like the three numbers. He's giving us a hint. It confused me. Yeah. How do we do that? Whatever.
The second one also 10 though. The third one's 13. The fourth one is 16.
What? The second, but. Never mind. I am not qualified for this one.
Yep.
When is this summer due again?
Wednesday because we don't see each other tomorrow.
She doesn't, but I still submit them on time every single day.
Never.
What?
You get for A.
What'd you get for A?
It's really weird now, though.
Yeah, they're calling out, right?
Probably not A.
I got like a normal looking number.
Yeah.
We'll look at it.
He told you that the digit in between the answer. So it's between 40 to 40. 40 and 80, that's 40.
Okay.
So, you know, just.
What do you mean out of the
20 minus
If you add all three digits and the number that you got here for your answer, it should equal to 10.
So if you get like 111 and you add all the 2 digits, you get 3.
Oh, that was a weird hint. Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
But yes, I did get 10. Thank you, Mr. A.
Because I don't want to tell you the answer. If I tell you the answer, you could have retried again, you know.
Our
No,
answer,
you
and
didn't.
then-
Yeah, I know, but you confused me.
I'm sorry.
What's that?
What?
If you just like.
You think bullet for apologize or not?
No, look at the way you said it though, bro.
That was giving. That was giving.
That was so ooh.
That was.
Like,
We can't let that slide. Please don't do that ever again.
One emoji with the.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not going to imagine it now.
Definitely.
I don't know what you guys are
Keep this a
thinking,
PG-13
but okay.
area, please.
we don't need to bully you, but
That was really weird. If anyone did that, you're gone. That's so bad.
I'm literally almost done.
I just had to sleep at night knowing that you did that.
I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway,
Yes, that's that too.
which one? Second one should add up to be 10 as well.
Yeah, that's also.
But different arrangement though. The third one is 13.
Yeah, I got. Yes.
The fourth one is 16.
I'm not done yet.
I'm trying to draw out a triangle. I'm trying to draw out a
Do you
shape.
understand?
I'll do it on Tuesday.
Oh, that's the nice question. Oh, you want to see it?
See what?
The Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters?
Yeah, I stopped that.
Oh.
Mhm.
Prometheus is playing God of Fire. You may self it by yourself. I'm struggling a little bit to read.
I was rushing. That's not the answer.
Yes, I know, but like the handwriting of my friend.
I was going.
Yeah.
I was guessing. Uh-huh.
What did you think of the sorry, wait, go ahead.
How do I know
What
which
did you think of the
trapezoid to
test?
It
skip?
wasn't bad.
Or like which
I
number to
liked it.
skip when doing a trapezoid? Yeah.
I know.
What?
It wasn't like that hard.
How do I know like which
I heard one of the
skip
answers
when
was
doing a
one.
trapezoid?
I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you mean you don't know?
It's not bad. I like it.
I didn't do it.
Bro, I went home.
Yeah.
I'm not
All
home.
that.
I slept and then I got home and I slept and I woke up the next morning at like 8. So I got like 15 hours of sleep, right? Afterwards, it was so bad.
Can I see what you did for your trapezoid? I don't understand which number to like skip.
Let me, I think it's, so it's
Even if you
3
pick
cylinder
Sylveon, I
motor.
would still make it.
Yeah.
Even if you pick Sylveon,
I think it's 0 to 40, 40 to 80, and 80 to 120.
0 to 40.
40 to 80, 80
Huh?
to 120.
Oh shit, you're right. So wait, what's the
So we do f of 0 plus f 40 over. So we also.
The height is like,
Oh.
Yeah.
it's
Like very
so it'll be 40 for the first one, and then
Uh-huh.
40 for the next one, 40 for the third one.
Yeah. Wait, it's gonna be over 2, right?
It's over 2. What is it over? Yeah.
What is it over? I
So
feel
we
like-
don't know anyone.
Well, because isn't it base
Not
1 plus
qualified.
base 2 over
Even if you
2
pick
times
Sylveon,
height?
pick your favorite Sylveon, I would still make
It's
it.
over 2 times height. Yeah.
That's not.
I know.
And the height is the width, which is 40, right?
Yeah.
I'm surprised you guessed though.
I don't know. Out of all the options, I
I love your approach.
really. Yes. I like ICC.
How do we do it?
How?
Okay.
Would you want me to pick the basic ones?
Yeah.
And then you add them all together. Add this.
Yeah.
You add them all together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Remember having that. You know what I mean? Like, when I'm making my child when it's just like, then like, after we watch it. What can you do? I see it 1, 2, 3, and then 5 to 9. Like, just feel that using that one year before. Like in the place.
It's gonna take forever.
Or like, this is part of that game.
How with the glasses? That's what I was thinking. See.
He was left in the wrong.
Yeah, when it was raining and he had saving money in the back. Yeah, I don't know.
Five.
But it's not had like.
Uh-huh. Sure, yeah. Some sort of cross. Yeah, really cool.
E integration from 5 to 7.
This is due on Wednesday, since we don't see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
16 is the values of D, right? Do I want to get 16 for
You pick the
Mr. Yang?
What?
For D of the first problem, if you add the values.
7. What? D?
For D.
16, yeah.
Okay, good.
Oh, I was gonna say that's
I literally used this all of them for second.
no, because if you could make that in
I didn't like you were that way.
That's
small.
Deborah's handwriting.
How
This
do
is
you
not
fit it
good.
all into one page?
Literally, look at Deborah's handwriting.
Mine is halfway.
which one?
I'll show you like a picture. Not
Ugly.
I'm
He's ugly. Sorry. He's ugly.
It depends on what we
A, B, C, D, E, F. I can't alphabet.
No, I know.
E, F, G,
Point.
H.
Take your time.
Uh-huh.
Did I make a mistake? Is it supposed to be 1 to 5? Because the trapezoid's 1 to 5, and then 5 to 9?
Oh, the trigger.
Like 1, and then F of 3.
I think I'd write down 5, right?
Did you write down?
Oh yeah, I did make a mistake. This is no, I did write down 5, but I think this one's 5.
If it's F of 5?
F of 5.
Okay, thank you.
What would the width for B? Going the last solution to the right now.
Right. Integration between -5, -2.
Well, what kind
Oh, if you have A lunch, then you're going to lunch. 11.
You have a second one, sir?
I don't have this. I know we're going to 5th, right?
You have a second? I'm not sure.
Yeah, you're going to lunch.
Alright, thank you.
Oh my god.
No,
Is there a cockroach? Is there
What?
There's like a cockroach right there.
I said you get a cat.
You killed it.
I cannot come kill the cockroach.
Oh, what is this?
Dude, that's like,
They're like on my mom's system. They can't kill the bug by themselves. How big are they?
It has no eyes and a mouth.
Oh, you want to kill it.
Ouch.
Take it away.
Dude, step on it.
Bye, have a good day. What up?
Nothing much.
How much time we have here?
No.
35 minutes or something.
I left my phone in my life.
It's a weird schedule. Yeah, so weird.
I just got here, so it's nice. Don't have to come in until 11.
Well, it's time to fix up your last test.
My second is the farthest you can possibly be from here.
It's like
400 building.
it's 400 building upstairs. Oh, that's super. Oh, that's even further. Kind of. Yeah.
Was like, because if I walk like close to the buildings on the left side,
Yeah.
like stay on them, will not make it.
Yeah, it's even longer. Yeah.
Go the other way.
Sorry. Oh, this stuff was my favorite about the whole class because it was just so easy. Like, you know.
Yeah, and people still miss it.
Yeah, I don't quite get that. But as long as you be careful about those integrals, like you'll do fine.
I need this.
So what are we doing today, Mr. Ye? Are we doing that limit stuff? Like the hospital?
Well, I'm gonna post homework for our hospital rule,
Yeah.
but
I think
then
we're definitely the best for calculus because we got you like all 3 periods, right? Oh, sorry, I mean all 3 days of weird bell schedules. So we'll have plenty of time.
do I want a chocolate? Do I want a chocolate?
You do want a chocolate.
Seems like a pretty biased point of view. That-
I've been eating chocolate.
I honestly think they're really good, and I don't even like chocolate. Yeah. Like he doesn't like. I don't like chocolate, but this is high quality
You know, I
chocolate.
don't usually eat chocolate. I hate it.
Great
But I'm
morning.
eating my own box, which is insane, and I do not really that.
You should.
The Yankees.
You know the saying, you should never get high off your own supply. Yeah.
Eric, are you a Yankee fan?
Also, if I eat it and people see me eating out of my own box, they're gonna be like, damn, it's not good if she's eating them. You know?
Or they'll probably think, damn, she's really not selling any.
It's like one box.
Oh, okay.
So
That's good.
Oh yeah,
How about that?
Where is Emily? If she doesn't show up, I'm gonna. Yeah, maybe I'll try anyway.
I never knew Emily was in weightlifting. Like,
She's pretty strong, I think.
she should like break a desk for us or
She
something.
could like throw me across the room if she wanted to.
Really?
We could have like a show and tell. I volunteer.
Today I brought my Maria. Look at it.
I am dying today, so at this point I'll take it. I will. Maybe it's an excuse to go home or something.
I'm back. Where's your phone? I did. Yeah, I know. I don't care. It's happened to me like 4 times. I am just the best. What are you talking about?
At our job, they do this thing where they go like, way to go, good job. You're the best person handling your balloon tonight. Like the 8 other people handling it.
Yeah.
And they do it just so that we work hard. But like I'm just not lazy. So
Zach, where you been, Skipper?
Because I'm here.
No, you were not.
When did I skip?
You skipped 2 days at 1 day. I don't remember which day is it.
Exactly. He doesn't know because you didn't skip.
He wasn't here yesterday.
Yeah. No, dude. What's that?
Where are you? What do you mean? No, I won't see.
I didn't know because usually you sit here. So.
Maria really hates being the only girl in the class. No, are you cutting it? Please don't. Why would you do that? No, that's not very nice.
I'm going on my favorite
No, I'll never have the type quality.
Did you take it?
Yeah, what is this?
How's your weekend?
Just
Andrew, you okay?
Yeah.
No, you
He's a
don't
little
sound
tired.
okay. You don't sound okay.
Did you know?
You know that bag? It remind me of Ethan Miser.
What?
That bag, that book bag.
Yes. That was the first thing. I'm like, is that Ethan's? Like when I first saw it, I was like, whoa.
good bag.
He's the only other guy I knew who carried a duffel bag.
Whatever
Not a
happened to
duffel
him?
bag. It's not a messenger bag.
Is that in the burrito? Is that in burrito?
I haven't heard that song in a while. Good. Gosh. It's just like, there's no reason you have to hear it in the first place.
Zach, you need to do correction on 2 tests.
Is that an unlimited popper? Bumper?
Your trig test, your trig integral test, and this test.
Wait, hold on. Both sides are satisfied?
No, just the one.
Oh, you scared me there. Take it.
Andrew, let's fix up your last test that you failed. Yeah.
I did.
No, you didn't. That's a trig integration test. There's a difference. There's a test before that.
I think it was the DYDX.
Yeah.
I said DYDX.
I know what you mean.
Oh my god. There's too many just like 2-letter acronyms in calculus.
Like
In calculus,
like
AD,
like FTV.
BC,
No, I'm kidding.
DI, the DYDX.
I can't think of it. Besides the
I'm gonna.
And that.
acrobatics.
Yeah. I got a lot of things happening.
You have to be mine.
Oh. I'm Mega No, it isn't. It doesn't make any sense.
It is.
I just said Mega
That means you like you mind a lot.
Andrew, come on, get to work.
Oh, you already posted it?
No, their last test they failed, so.
Oh,
I'm doing next.
arc sign? Oh, that's that's just something you memorize, I think.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's a hold on. Oh no, don't memorize it. So what did you define to be like?
Oh, I just wanted to borrow a pen.
Didn't say it.
Can I borrow a pen? I'll let you borrow this as collateral.
No, you can have that. I'm already.
Can it not be blue?
Hold on. Oh, okay. You want red?
Maria, did you correct all the last tests already?
I don't care.
Okay.
I mean, you said I only needed to correct the answer one.
I am.
How about last the integration by part test?
I did good on that.
Yes. And then integral. What is that? Oh, inverse. Inverse. Right.
No, inverse.
So it would be all of arc. Yes. Arc is in a separate thing. You're gonna be side of the negative one.
You know, me and Zach are working on the.
Well, I'm not. Actually, I'm not sure it is. You know, just keep it. And then what's B? What is B?
Yeah.
Just dx. Yeah.
B.
And sometimes if you just have one term, you
Get
can
the
do
A.
that.
And B would be equal to X, right? Yeah, for real
Right.
there.
And what is du equal to? Yeah. It's like the backwards of that, of those things where we take the interval of like a fraction and it's all sign.
Oh, it'll be like 1 over like x squared plus 1.
Square root of what?
X squared over 2.
No.
X squared over 2.
No.
X squared over 2.
1 minus x squared?
Yes.
Yeah.
1 over square root. So arc sine is the one with the square root.
Plus 1 plus 1.
And then
You guys thought
it's
R
a
was
minus
just like my mom.
a squared minus c squared.
Wait.
So 1 minus x squared.
You're so flippant right now.
No, I just know that stuff.
Yo, QB integral minus the integral of.
We don't, just do it's fine.
I didn't want to use the UV.
Okay, then if you want to use UV, it's UV.
But I just want to. So it's UV. I didn't learn UV at all for this test, which is why I did.
It's UV minus the integral of v to u.
Like DVD, but wrong.
Yeah.
Would you get the same answer if you did UV or TF?
Yeah.
Yeah. Doing both is the same except for secant.
They're the same thing. They just look different.
I mean, secant Q can be done. I don't know how to do it though.
He doesn't know how to do secant.
What do you define one as secant squared and then one as secant?
Yeah.
I mean, with DI. I mean,
Yeah, for DI
Same
method.
thing.
Yeah, it literally is. So for
DI and the other thing, I realized that things are
Yeah,
split
D would be
different
for
at
you,
first, 'cause
right?
after
So-
you set it up, it's the same.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And then I would be dx.
And so just
Correct. Which is
one.
x. No.
No.
No. Okay. What's inherently in front of dx? One. There we go.
So for the second one.
Yeah.
I just took the derivative.
So it's 1x and then the integral of x.
I know that.
1 of x. That's probably not necessary. Can you stop there? Can you stop there?
No, I didn't need one more thing.
You know, I've been thinking recently.
No, because if you do more, you'll just be expanding this, and you really want to take that.
About time, Will. About time.
Don't we do one more here?
Yeah, it's like
One more.
like more.
No. No. When you're done, you do the horizontal.
What were you
and then
thinking?
The upper diagonal.
No, I'm just like
So,
thinking more.
if you
You
want
know
to
what I
do one
mean?
more, you have to do one more.
Like, if I do this, is it gonna lead to this?
More.
You know what I mean?
Derek.
Sorry.
Like, if I actually do it, I just think.
I don't like smaller.
So like, I know what's gonna happen, but I don't know.
Okay.
You know what I'm
So,
saying?
the horizontal, and then
It's a
look at the
complicated
diagonal.
situation.
So that's two. Without the math.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
You're in this period now?
Why you got so many medals?
Start second semester,
Um,
but I asked Ibarra and she doesn't
So,
mind if I like switch
you do.
that now, because she'll still mark me.
You circle the horizontal, right? Including the negative.
Oh, okay, so that's fine.
No, you circle the bottom horizontal. In, like horizontal.
Your last test.
Yeah.
Yeah, Maria's bored. Make her work.
I have like period cramps and anxiety,
And then you,
and I wasn't
draw a
trying to
line
find that
from the top
PSAT
left
score, but I couldn't.
It's coming tomorrow.
But they say that
So you
it's
multiply
not
it.
okay, but they lied.
No, some students have it. Some different schools.
Emily not being here like almost actually made me cry. Like when he told me, like my eyes teared up, and I was like, absolutely not. I can't do this right now.
See, me
Because
being
I have my
here
period,
makes
and when
everything
you have
better.
your period, your emotions are everywhere. And like the tiniest thing can make me cry. Like I can start
The integral
sobbing
of.
if you
and then
like.
multiply these
Three
two.
first place and a third.
Tranquila, my friend.
And then.
What? No,
Yeah.
playing this one. My gosh, let's do this one. Or
That
no,
one?
you want to do?
That one has been like, out for
You
ages.
can't
I know.
control this one.
Yeah, she didn't do shit.
Thank you so much for telling me what I already
So I
know,
just, like,
Mr. Ye.
I
It
think
brings
you
so much joy
Oh, and
and
notice
happiness
that,
to my heart.
this is, so you do minus.
I know.
See, I'm so I feel bad because I knew this one, and then
Yeah.
So if you know why are you fixing this one and not the other one? Are both of them for this quarter? Because it's so old that I'm like, where is that? Can I have a sheet of paper?
no.
You're gonna make me cry.
She's making me cry.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
I'm almost out of chocolate.
Just lie.
There's no more dark.
Always making mistakes.
And that is your fault.
Sorry. Okay, I like the better.
Well, you forgot about the negative.
How do you do this?
Oh, you forgot about the negative.
Please.
Right? But otherwise, yeah.
Yeah, man, that turns so I lost.
And it's negative.
No, no, no.
Yeah, you already did that.
Arc sign.
I didn't mean I got that one right, and I couldn't remember arc sign for this.
Yeah, plus C.
Bro, your mom is plus C. She's constantly getting bigger. That's crazy.
Andrew, filter.
That was the next
It's not
compliment I've
perfect.
ever heard.
Yo, mom, but you're kind of-
No,
I
I'm
think you'll-
doing it now. Is it not? It's like the formula.
Oh boy, you got a lot.
Oh yeah, that one 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I didn't know where you live.
Oh yeah.
Use that.